Everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Downforce Discussions. This week, we have a little bit of an exciting one
hmm
because a lot has happened, and lovely Cam has just come back from Le Mans as well. So we can have a little chat about that, and then we could just get it all out and let's get going. Does anyone have anything that they want to say first of all?
Tell us everything, come.
Like I got to see the reveal of the McLaren hypercar for
Ooh.
2027. So I got to see Zach Brown as well, which was pretty weird. Got a poster and I was
Ooh.
happy because like basically they gave them in those like hard box stuff, which good move because otherwise
Yeah.
it would have been ruined. And they had a bunch of them when usually they have like five and everyone's fighting for them. But they had quite a few. So like
Well,
yeah.
that's actually really nice as well. That's
It's
so
so
cool.
Yeah.
cool.
And it's like kind of plastic. So like it's good quality.
Yeah, it's like
And
thicker.
yeah, it
We're
says we're
back.
back.
That's
Mm-hmm.
really cool.
Like I'm happy about that one. I need to buy like a frame to put it in. Um yeah, so that was cool, except I was like behind a bunch of tall people, so I didn't see anything, basically. It was mainly Brits, like because McLaren, so it was like Brits everywhere. Um so that was pretty fun. Yeah, then I came back later to see it once it was less crowded, and it's a beauty. I mean, I'm kind of biased, but it's a beauty. And yeah, it was nice. I almost got to take home a tire because
Oh,
basically at some point I see a bunch of like teens and they were like five, six teens and they had like 10 tires. So I went up to them and I was like, "Hey guys, where'd you get that?" And they tell me they got them like at the Michelin stand. So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go investigate." And so I walked around the Michelin stand for a bit and I was like, "Okay, there's no one out. I'm gonna wait." I kept walking around and then some employees were there. And so I went up to them and then the guy was like, "Nah, I can't give them. Like my boss would kill me. I wish I could, but he would kill me." And so I didn't get any tire. I was sad.
A side note, the way you say the name of the stand is much more beautiful than the way English people say it.
or the Spanish.
How
How do
does
you say
Spanish
in
people say it?
Spanish?
Michelin. Literally.
Yeah,
And
it's Michelin. Yeah.
yeah, and literally
Oh,
in Spanish, Michelin, it's like, when you have a little bit of fat on your belly? That's it. Yeah,
oh
like the
no.
tiny little roll that you
The
get.
fact that I only ever hear it in English as well, when you said it, I was like, what are you talking about? And it took me like a few seconds to like realize what you said. And I was like, yeah, Michelin.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm French. Gotta
No,
say it in French.
honestly, yeah, you should apologize for that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. But yeah, on that, I'm pretty happy. I mean, I love Robert Kubica, so like, I was like, yes. Yeah, kind of funny also to see like the official Ferrari teams being gutted, about that. But yeah, quite a few DNFs. Mainly happened like during the night, so that's when I was physically there, but my brain was gone. So it's just like, who's gone? I don't know, but okay.
You're like,
Um.
oh, a car.
Tom Holland was there. Like I just saw a
Oh,
Yeah,
video
yeah, I
of
Tom
did see
Holland.
Jojo's
that.
Barrichello Instagram, and I was like, "Hi."
Yeah,
Yeah, he,
yeah.
he
I was
quite
like,
likes his
okay.
motorsport, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, there were quite a lot of people, but like this weekend, like usually I feel like the 24 hours they don't like often happen at the same time as an F1 weekend, but this year it
Mm.
did, which was kind of sad because like last year, Ocon and Gasly were there, and also like the
Wow.
French F1 commentators are also there usually, and here they were not. But yeah, and I don't know if Zach, like, because I heard some people saying that he was gonna take a jet and be back in Canada on Sunday. I don't know if he was there
I
at the
didn't see
GP.
him though.
No, I didn't see him. He might have been there
Yeah,
after the race.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I saw him.
He's
He
real.
did. Yeah, he exists.
Exactly. When me and Connor went to Autosport Awards, he walked past and Connor got a photo with him. I didn't. And then Connor goes, obviously he's wearing an orange tie. So Connor goes, I like your tie. And he just goes, thanks. He's so painfully American, it kind of hurts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, so American. But yeah, and also a little fun fact, like the machines when the cars were out and they were getting them, like the little tractors kind of thing, like they're from the brand my dad works for.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
That's kind of cute. That's why like they used to have a big like stand for like the brand and we had like catering and stuff and it was
oh.
nice. But now they don't do that anymore. So I'm just sitting with everyone.
I'm going to Silverstone this year, but my manager sent me a message the other day being like, "Oh, did you manage to get tickets to Silverstone?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why?" She was like, "Oh, I was going to send you up there to work." And I was thinking, hold on to that thought for next year when I can't afford to go. Hold on to that thought.
Or go for like with work and sell me your ticket.
That's
Yeah,
all.
true.
Nah, I'm
Unfortunately
too
not,
broke.
guys.
We
Yeah,
could have done a like inside. We got Alice tickets and we inside.
an inside job.
Kidding.
And also the 24 hours of Le Mans, just like the Canada GP, one McLaren DNS. Yep.
I saw
I
one of my friends sent me a meme. I have to show it. I'm sorry, Cam, but I have to show it to you. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna pain.
Mhm.
It's pain. It's
I
painful,
mean I
but
just finished watching the
This is
GP, so I'm
fresh for
like
Cam.
I'm still in pain.
Anyway,
Woo.
well, another one like I did not wake up, okay, but at 2 a.m. our time, 1 a.m. your time, started the Indy car race, and I just texted you. I was not going to wake up. Like I did. I put the race on and I went back to sleep.
that's
And,
literally me.
because I could not. I saw the start at 2 in the morning, and I was like, I cannot. I went down. And Joseph Newgarden has had an accident. Another car lost control, and he could not like go around it.
Oh
He f-
shit.
he flipped like
Yeah,
crazy by
that's
Oh,
really
mistake.
and
bad.
there was like totally random, but during the weekend, it was not the 24 hours of Le Mans, it was Road to Le Mans category. And
Hmm.
one
Yeah.
of the guys, like he went, yeah, like rage bait. He was like,
Yeah,
no.
Oh, when he was like beating up the car, I was like, me,
yeah.
that's me. Do you know what actually that reminds me of? You know who I could see doing that? Fernando Alonso.
Oh, I don't think so. I see more like George Russell hit Valtteri Bottas in Imola a couple of
Yeah.
years ago, but
Yeah. And Max kicked his tire in Baku.
Yeah.
Isaac, I could see Isaac losing
Oh,
his temper
yes.
and doing it. Like, okay, I found it. Um,
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad.
let's see if it that's the inside with and
Ooh.
Oh my
he
God.
loses control, and there's nothing he can do to control the car.
Yeah.
He jumps the fence.
That's
Wow.
so bad because that's like unavoidable for both of them as well. Like
Exactly,
that's not even anyone's fault.
exactly. And
Jesus.
since you talked crashes, I mean, I'm sorry, but I saw that coming. I
Yeah, so
saw
did
that
I.
coming. And
Yeah, so did I.
it's Lando's
What?
fault, but it's not only Lando's fault. It's
No,
McLaren's
the
fault
team
for
should
letting
have
exactly.
Papaya
once
rules.
again, once again, McLaren, you need to actually say something in your races.
I was watching with my mom, and the moment they started like Lando got DRS, I told my and I saw what was going on and how they were approaching Kimi, but not enough because they were fighting. I started telling my mom, esto es saber quién los tiene más grandes, which in Spanish is, let's see who has the longest, you know what, because it was like that. It was like that. It was like that till it happened. And again, it was Mercedes. Again, it was no, McLaren Mercedes, and it was Canada again, like in 2012, 11.
It was
Jensen.
that clip side by side though is
Yeah,
identical, beat for beat.
exactly. That's why I say McLaren Mercedes, because in 2011 they were McLaren Mercedes. So
Yeah.
that's why I got. It was
But
crazy.
it was so bad. And you know what? Actually, props to Lando for immediately being like, "Ugh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry."
I was not expecting that. I was expecting
Obviously,
him to be like, he closed
no,
me, and then he would see the images and be like, oh, okay.
Nah,
But
Lando
he
takes the
was,
blame even for stuff that is not actually his fault. So like yeah, of course he's gonna take the blame for that.
and then I read another meme that said, I don't know what's going on, and it was like, George manages to keep the pole, which normally it's not what he does. Then Fern- Fernando goes
Mr.
well with
Saturday.
Fernando goes really well with the heart, which was not expected. And Lando tries to be Senna and ends up being Russell in Singapore 2023. And
Real,
I was like, oh my.
real, real. Do you know what though? I need to have another disclaimer for the cesspool that is a little app named Twitter. Immediately at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Immediately.
What did you
Um,
expect?
Like, I cannot believe, like, there's death threats being thrown from each bloody corner. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's not that serious. It was never that serious.
that's what happened when you allow teenagers to be on Twitter that they don't have the front lobe developed.
It's
It's not
literally
even
always
just
like 30.
teenagers.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. It's like grown ass people as well that are like, Lando should kill himself. Oscar should kill himself. It's like, no, just stop. Just stop.
And
Yeah.
can we talk Max literally showering George on
Yeah.
champagne? Like, friendly reminder
My
they hate each other.
Yeah, my divorced family.
Yeah,
Oh,
and under braking and like a safety car, like my God, that
yeah.
was bitchy move, but
You know
yeah.
that clip of Alex being like, George, you are so bad.
And the fact that George was happier for Kimmy's podium than for his own
Mm.
win. He was like,
But
yes,
did you
yes, yes,
also
yes.
see him and Dory earlier on in the week where he was like showing her around the track?
Yeah.
And that was so cute as well.
Another disclaimer, like, what the fuck was with the girls? Those races, I'm telling you,
They were,
two safety car
yeah,
per race,
they were
three
bad.
races. I was like,
Damn.
oh
I didn't
my,
have time to watch any, but wow.
it's
It was bad.
crazy. It's
I'm also like seeing all the discourse about F1 Academy right now as well, the Netflix show, and let's just say it's not going down well at all.
um
Um,
there are three
Netflix has
drivers,
done terribly bad.
and like Nerea, Jessica, and Carrie, they don't exist, and
No,
they're
and then
interviews.
they only used that the footage of thingy crashing and
Yeah,
then didn't
yeah, and they
anything
used,
else.
but turns out they filmed the whole 2023 season as well, and they only used Chloe's grand crash in I think it was Imola or something like that. In
Yeah,
La
I see. I
Mugello.
haven't seen it. I've just seen all the.
No, I've seen myself. Like,
Yeah, it's bad. It's
I
really bad, and
and
it doesn't. It
I
doesn't do well.
cameo in the series. Like, hi, I'm there. But
Yeah, but
yeah,
I
there's literally the whole docu series is Avi, which okay, I get it. Dorian, okay, I get it. The Alcubasi sisters, which they did absolutely nothing the whole day,
Hmm.
apart from a couple of podiums from Hadma. Nothing against them, like nothing. But I mean,
But
this
they didn't do anything.
and Bianca. That's
Yeah,
the whole
yeah, which
documentary.
exactly.
And then Leah, which I did not know that. Well, I knew her dad was, but I did not connect the dogs that he was the one who passed away a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Until I saw the videos, I was like, oh, and that made me be a little bit more empathetic and
It's just the
towards,
whole series was just awful.
yeah,
It was really bad.
totally.
And
They
like about F1 Academy, I saw this weekend some people were like stuck in front of the entrance at the Canada GP, and while F1 Academy was running, and they couldn't get in to like watch.
Shambles. Absolute shambles.
Yeah, like it was like the doors were not opening, or like one of the doors, I don't know, was not opening until like 10 a.m. and people were outside and they were like, "We want to see F1 Academy." But it was just like, no, it's closed.
oh my god.
That's so
So,
bad.
And
hmm
well, in since the Canada GP was so entertaining, it was like entertaining lap 120, then you could fall asleep, then McLaren crash. Um, have you seen the new calendar?
I have. I'm very
I'm
excited.
so happy Barcelona is staying for this.
So am I, because Barcelona is like one of my favorite tracks of the year.
But what
I
I'm
love the way the layout. I love like I just think it's such a good track and it's a fun track.
it
And I
is.
was so sad if it was going to be gone because it's one of the only saving graces of the calendar, especially after things like Monaco. It is such like there's always such good race story there.
No, what makes me happier is that we knew F2 and F3 were going to be taken to Madrid, but they are staying in Barcelona as well. And I was like,
Yeah.
my first thing was like, oh my, to everyone in campus, oh my God, you're staying. Thank
They're like, shit, we
God.
were trying to get away from you.
One of them was, the rest no. I was like,
Oh,
who's going to support you if I'm not there? Like, I'm not going to Madrid. I'm sorry.
No one knows you.
But I'm so happy they are staying. And then I'm excited to see them in Madrid. But hot take, unpopular opinion, I don't think next year the circuit is going to be finished because there's
No.
nothing, zero. And there's no money because no business wants to like put the money, invest in it, and they don't want to use public money. So,
Unless Carlos and his family fork out for it, I doubt anything's gonna happen.
and then you have
Um,
Fernando and Max rooting for Barcelona to stay.
yeah, I love Barcelona. So good. It would have really upset me if it had gone because it's one of the tracks I want to go to like next. It's one of like the international tracks that I'd like to go to. Because it's just I love Spain. We already know this. We knew this.
What else can we say about Canada? Like pit stops. I was surprised they were so good. Aston
Yeah.
Martin for once did like a good pit stop with both cars. So
Fernando's race was good.
yes, it
His
was.
race was good.
It was his overtaking. I was like, come on, yes. They did not show half of the overtake because
Yeah.
they were
It was
too
that
busy.
overtake he did on Carlos. I was like, Carlos, there's an old man behind you.
Yeah, and um poor Lance, the 10-second penalty, what I don't
No.
think he deserves because all the drivers were overtaking outside track, but
I feel like more people were off track than were on track
yeah.
at
And
Canada.
Albon starts, he freaking flew.
I'm so mad about Alex's race.
No, but the thing is that he obviously had power unit issues. They told him,
Yeah.
but he destroyed the car in that first lap.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how did he not get a penalty for that rejoin that was so dangerous. Thank God Nico had such like fast
Well, I
reflexes.
was watching and I'd written it down on my notes and I was thinking like, oh, that'll be a penalty or something. And it just wasn't. So I just had to
Mm.
backspace it. I was like, oh, just nothing happened.
But Nico overtook two cars in that second. And I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're
That was
holding like
insane.
stay sober is on your soul to save.
That's what I mean. I'm always like in a steak.
Like I think I told you last episode, but it was so sad when Luis was overtaken by a steak in Barcelona. I was like, a steak has overtaken a 7 world time champion.
Yeah.
Steak.
Right, and talking Luis, since lap 13, he had a dead animal on his car. That's why he was underperforming.
Don't. That made me so sad as well because I know he's upset about that.
Yeah,
Not,
the only vegan on track.
Right?
I'm
Of
not,
all the
sorry.
people it could have
Uh,
happened to.
yeah, I felt bad. I mean, I'm vegetarian. I'm like, I would have cried.
not
Yeah.
that his performance was going to be better than it was because some things that in his car that it's not working properly. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
only
called
the
being
thing.
a Ferrari. That's what's not working.
No, but like Charles could keep up with the four first, like the top four, and then he was like a lot of seconds away. The last safety car was what made him finish so close to the pack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We
Oh,
need
and
to talk about Antonelli.
yeah, I was gonna say, Nat, I guess you
It's
were
your
right.
fault, Cam, that he has been underperforming because he's been on your podium since we started.
Yeah, and then the moment he's not,
Well, I
the
Podium.
was
boy
not
gets a
there.
podium.
I need to stop saying. I'm still gonna manifest for him in my heart, in my head, but I
Don't
won't
say it out
say it.
loud.
Don't say it.
So now I'm gonna like my podium guesses will be like everyone I don't want on the podium.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
Hmm.
Perfect.
That's when the
And
opposite effect happens and they actually do get on the podium.
also
I will
something,
cry.
something else that I think we have to mention and no one is saying is that Franco is not performing better than Jack. Not.
They're saying it on Canal Plus.
Oh, good because I don't hear anyone else saying it. And not again, nothing against Franco. Love Franco. Love that he buys people coffee, but he's not performing well. He's not doing a better job than the Jack.
But I'm thinking this about so many other people as well. Like, it's not the drivers, it's clearly the cars and the teams,
Yeah.
and the fact that they clearly have no support in these teams. Because the same with Sonoda, like, people are commenting about him constantly. Obviously, he's not performing well, but like, as well as he could have been or was in VCARB, he's underperforming in Red Bull. But like, at what point do we step back and actually start taking accountability for the fact that it's how bad the teams are rather than the driver?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I agree with, I can't remember what commentator said it, but like, how long are we just going to keep like churning through drivers? You can't do this. I don't think you should be able to do it. Like, I just don't. I don't think you should swap, you should be allowed to swap drivers unless there's like an illness or they physically can't.
I don't think they are going to like swap Yuki out. Because if
But I
they
just don't think they should be allowed to do it at all. They should have to say, like, this is the driver we're having for this year. Regardless of whether he performs or not, this is the contract we have signed.
yeah, but if we had to follow that, then Sergio Perez should be in that car. You know what I mean? He had a contract till 2026. He
Ugh.
was
Ugh.
if we're following contract,
Ugh.
Okay,
if we're
everyone but him.
and, and if we're continuing like that, the next one to be put in that Alpine is Paul Aaron, who is actually testing already in
Or
Zandvoort.
Oscar Piastri. I'm kidding. Imagine if he
Real,
had been to
real.
Alpine. Oh my God.
And someone else who was testing an Aston Martin.
David.
I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly, but it's the Irish slash Scottish guy who's in F2 with AXN Racing.
Kian.
I see.
Okay, so
Kian. Okay. Okay.
he's been testing, I don't know where, 2023 Aston Martin. So we might have another reserve driver soon.
Oh, and like, since you're an Aston Martin fan, there was Felipe Drugovich this weekend at the
Oh.
24 hours. So whenever I saw him, I was like, Nat.
And something else we have like 6 minutes left.
Oh,
Arvid Lindblad got his super
super
license.
license.
I'm
Let's
still
go.
I'm happy for him, but I still don't understand what Red Bull is
The
doing with Pepe
rushes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
because they are
It's
not
weird.
offering him
They're
anything.
preparing for the race ban.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
It's so weird. I don't understand what they're doing. It's the same. I think it was David Coulthard said it ages ago. It was like you just like you live and you die in the Red Bull like academy. Like some people just stay there forever,
yeah,
and that
Yeah.
sucks so bad.
but not everyone has one of the greatest managers in the world, like Pepe does. He has Fernando Alonso in his team, and he's already put Gabriel Bortoleto in F1.
Exactly. And
And
I'm not being
Pepe,
funny. In the nicest way possible, regardless of performance in other series, Gabriel Bortoleto was a rogue choice. Like just came out of left field. And considering how good Pepe is,
no, and something Pepe has said, I don't know if it's going to be true or not, that since he cannot take the 23, which has always been his number because Alex has it, he, I don't know, I read it on the internet. I asked him, he has not replied. But rumors said he wants to honor Danny and get number 3
I will
because
cry.
it's the
Same.
closest thing he has available to 23 because 33 is Max's number. 13 it's a no, and 43 is
Franco.
Franco's. So yeah, he could honor Danny since he's in Red Bull
My
himself.
my little guy.
So yeah, it's a rumor. I don't know if it's true.
That would
I
make me really happy because I want someone I like to take Daniel's number. I don't want it to be someone I don't like.
I'll try to get the info out of him if he answers.
Tell him the resident Daniel Ricciardo fan says he can have it.
Okay, perfect. I'll let him know. And that's pretty much it. This weekend we have MotoGP and IndyCar
Yeah.
again, which is
Mhm.
going to be again Marc Marquez winning.
Oh no, what a
I'm
shame.
going to be so sad. I'm going to
Axe
cry.
disappointed.
But I would love to see battle. Not that Mark does not win, but just a little bit of battle because it's always the
A
same
little bit of
thing.
a like,
Yeah,
someone's yeah,
because it's always the Mark that I'm not mad. I'm not saying that, but to fight a little bit, even if it's with your brother, like
yeah,
action, please.
yeah. It's just he's too good. He's just too good. It simply
Yeah,
is that.
that's like my take on this. I don't know if anyone has anything else to like say.
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
I'm
think,
sad about the GP.
yeah, Cam needs to go and lay down for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 2 weeks. I've got a break. Yeah, I'm just. Mhm. And then Austria, if something goes wrong,
I'm
this is
excited
the
for
end of
Austria
me.
again. I quite like Austria.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
And there's no sprint this year in Austria.
exactly.
Yeah. It's just
Slowly
honestly,
phase them out.
it's awful because like I love Oscar, but I'm kind of hoping for like Lando win and Oscar DNF to close the gap.
Yeah, no. Close anything that it's like closing the fight, I'm on it. But please just don't like
Don't be saying things like that.
no, we're not
I
wishing
know,
him
but
anything bad.
Lando, like my heart just got broken an hour ago. I was like, what? What do you mean? What? No. Like, and I had gotten like despite turning off my notifications for the group, for F1,
Yeah.
for everything, I
I
saw
sent
that George was first and that Kimi was third. So I was kind of like, okay, I guess it's gotta be Max second then. But I was like,
Yeah.
didn't
I
know
was
anything
What
sending
about the
like
happened?
if
McLarens.
you're not watching the race, don't read this. That was my
No,
plan.
I muted it and I was like, no, I'm not checking. I'm not checking anymore.
We are checking.
Oh, and like Leclerc's engineer being like, yeah, plan C, yeah, cool. And then being like, we're doing plan B actually. And it's
Yeah.
like,
That's
Okay,
Ferrari. What do
clearly.
you want?
There was a lot of hand holding this weekend with lots of teams and drivers.
Yeah, like the communication at Ferrari is just wow.
It was
Oh
better. It
shit.
was better communication in Le Mans than in Formula One. That some commentators said that.
Real.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much for listening, guys. We might be back next week. I'm making no promises. I don't know. Hopefully, there'll be a few more faces next time as well because I miss the gang.
Yeah.
But thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.